Welcome to this late in the day, easy-going, winding down flow. We'll just be moving through some easy poses like child's pose and moving our spine, stretching out the shoulders, stretching out the ribs, side body. So let's begin just by being conscious of your breath, moving in and out through your nose and circling around your hips. And you can just really move the shoulders, float from like way over to the left and then way over to the right. Reverse the circles. And feel the softness of the evening light if you're practicing this in the evening. Or you could close your eyes and imagine it. I'm feeling it right now. Just shift your ribs from side to side. And come back to center. Lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach your right arm out to the side. And just lift and lower your arm from the floor to shoulder height. As you sink your left ear down, but keep a little lift. So you're not just totally collapsing, but there's a lift. With your right arm still reaching out to the side, begin to rotate the shoulder. Back and forth. And bring your left hand down to the mat, reach your right arm up and over. You can bend your elbow if you want, bend and straighten. And bring your right hand to your left knee, sit upright and twist to your left. Come back through center and twist to the right. Come back to center, lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. Let it hang, but keep that internal lift. Reach your left arm out to the side and lift and lower it from shoulder height, or a little higher if you want, and just lower it to the ground. And then begin to internally and externally rotate your shoulder. Bring your right hand to the ground, reach your left arm up and over. And as you push up, bring your left hand to your right knee, bring your right hand behind you, twist to the right. Inhale back through center and twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Let's come on to our knees and forearms. And just first begin to move the pelvis back and forth. Little movements here. And gradually make the movements a little bit bigger. Involving the low back, the middle back, and the neck. And come up onto your left hand, stay on your right forearm. And so we're doing cat-cows with a twist. Come up onto both hands and continue spinal movements. And lower your left forearm down, keep your right arm straight-ish. So you're twisting to your right as you're moving your spine. Come back onto both hands, walk your knees back a little bit. Sink your hips toward your heels, coming into child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the floor. And inhale, round your spine to come forward to cat. And slowly lower your thighs to the floor. Pull your shoulders back, press the chest forward, open up cobra. Tuck your chin, round your spine, and stretch back into child's pose. And just go back and forth, following that movement. Trying to bring as much movement into your spine as you can. Just experimenting and playing around. So there's no right and wrong. And you could even play with like just moving the spine creatively. So there's a feeling of spontaneity and playfulness. And back to center, walk your hands back a little bit. Stretch your left leg back, push out through your heel and down through your big toe mound. Then lift your leg up and stack your hips and parallel the hips. So your foot is pointing down and then out to the side because of the movement of the hips. Next time your hips are parallel, draw your knee into your chest and open your leg out to the side. And just think of drawing big circles with your knee, working on the hips. And next time your hips are stacked, straighten your leg, swing your leg out to the side. And again, begin to circle around, move around. Pick your leg up and swing it all the way over to the right side, looking over your right shoulder at your left heel. And swing your leg all the way forward to the outside of your left hand. Roll your knee open. And stretch your foot forward. And you can point and flex your foot. You can bring your left hand to the outside of your left leg. Bring your left hand back in, lift your left leg up, swing it all the way back into your tabletop. Stretch your right leg back. Lift your leg and stack your hips, parallel the hips. So just moving the hip joint back and forth. Not swinging your leg behind you to lift the hip, but trying to feel that it's moving in the hip joint. And swing your leg out to the side. And again, begin to move around. Just being playful and exploring. There's no really real rules here except to pay attention and have fun. Pick your right leg up, swing it all the way over to the left, looking over your left shoulder at your right foot. And swing your leg forward to the outside of your right hand. Open your knee out to the side, back and forth. And bring your hand out to the outside of your foot, straighten the front leg, and press your foot, point and flex. Bring your hand back in, swing your leg back into your tabletop. And again, move your spine around. All right, stretch your right leg back again. Push back through your heel. Push your front hands, your hands that are in front. You only have one set of hands, so push your hands forward, down and forward to really stretch out the back leg. And pull your knee into your chest and drive your knee as far forward as you can, coming into pigeon. And you can wiggle your foot to find the correct angle of your front leg. You can rock from side to side. And maybe begin to start to walk your hands a little further every time you rock from side to side, so your chest starts to get closer to your legs, to the floor. Again, make any adjustments that are necessary, that you need to stay healthy in this pose, because this is a pretty big hip opener. And a lot of times people just sit into the right hip, the front hip, and it can be very relaxing. It's not much of a stretch. Or you could shift your weight in between your legs and flex your feet into the floor. Hug your feet in towards each other. So your legs are very active. And you could even lean over a little bit to the left. And you could lower your forehead to the back of your hands with your elbows out to the side. or anywhere in between. Like, it's going to be different for each person. Relax your shoulders. We all tend to carry a lot of tension in our shoulders without even realizing it, until like, oh, why is my neck so sore? Why do I have a headache? So this is the opportunity to listen to your body, to make the modifications. Now come back up again. Walk your hands back. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the floor, and slide back into tabletop. And notice how your leg feels. And stretch your left leg back. Push your hands down and forward as you push your heel back. Notice how that naturally rounds your back a little bit and gives you a little bit of contraction in your abs. Keep that, pull your knee forward, stretch it way forward to the front of your mat. Maybe slide your back foot back a little bit more. And just try, you could reposition your front foot to find just the right amount of tension. Kind of like the Goldilocks theory, right? Like, you don't want it to be too much, too little, like right in between that sweet spot. Flex your feet into the ground to firm up your legs. Hug your feet in towards each other. Hold that for a few breaths. And start to lower down. Move around here, shifting your weight. Maybe alternating between flexing your feet and really engaging the muscles of your legs and just relaxing. And walk your hands back and bring your right leg forward. Start to curl your spine and slowly lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest and circle your knees around both directions. Place your feet down on the mat, shift your hips to the right, straighten your left leg on the mat and press the back of your left thigh into the floor. Float your right leg up. And reach for your right leg with your left hand. If you can if your hamstrings are open enough and you can bring your leg forward enough, you could grab your foot, but you might have to grab something higher up your leg. And we'll twist our right leg over to the left and twist your upper body back over to the right. You can turn your head to the right. And just play here, trying to get both shoulders on the ground. Your leg could come up a little bit higher, or a little bit lower. And just relax here. But you can also explore a little minutia here. What if you pull your top hip back a little bit? What if you press your heel out a little bit on the right leg? What if you twist a little more to the right with your upper body? So all these things we can play with. And you always have the option to bend your left knee, grab your left foot with your right hand. And find your sweet spot. Release your left foot if you were holding it. Make your way back onto your back. Center your hips on your mat. And if you can reach your foot with both hands, do that. Otherwise, grab any part of your leg you can reach. Straighten your left leg. And give your right foot a little massage. Getting the sense of the 26 bones that are in your feet 33 joints. So your foot should have a lot of movement. Release your foot, float your right leg down. Shift your hips to the left, bring your left leg up, and take your right hand, use your right hand to bring your left leg across to the right. Spin your upper body back to the left. And reach out through your toes of both feet. Stay here like this, or you can bend your right knee, squeeze your heel in towards your hip, grab your right foot with your left hand, and again, explore the endless possibilities that you can play with in this pose. If you were holding your right foot, you can release it now. Straighten out that right leg. Come back onto your back. Center your hips. Maybe massage your left foot if you can reach it. You can always bend your knee to reach your foot. And release your foot. Float your right leg down, your left leg down. Again, center your hips and your shoulders on the mat, and then float your arms and legs up for dead bug pose. It's one of my favorite poses. So it's just a gentle inversion here. Try and let your shoulders completely relax on the floor. Then you can start to move your wrists and your ankles. You can flex and point. You can evert and invert. You can internally and externally rotate your hips and your shoulders. And bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. And release your feet, release your knees, stretch out for Savasana. Just let everything relax and let go. Feel the softness of your breath moving in and out. And focus on your exhale being a little bit longer than your inhale. Let's do a pranayama practice together. So we'll do a 3-part inhale and a 1-part long exhale. So inhale the air in, pause and hold without exhaling. Inhale a little bit more air in, pause and hold. Inhale as much air in as you can, feeling your whole inner body fill up. And exhale, slowly let the air out. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale and hold. Inhale again and hold. Inhale again and hold. And slowly let the air out a little bit at a time, savoring the air as you release it. Do one more round on your own. Lingering in the pauses, enjoying your breath. And after your last long, slow exhale release, just breathe naturally without thinking about your breath or how you breathe. Focus on your breath, but just let the breath happen. You can stay longer in your Savasana, or you could make your way up to seated. Take a moment to close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Feel the breath moving in and out through your nose, maybe with a little rocking motion. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I hope you're feeling super relaxed and just like, your body's open to receiving, open to movement, open to stillness. Please let me know how you feel in the comments below. Share this with a friend, like the video, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.